It is Monday. I did nothing over the weekend. Well, in terms of the fence and the gate. I didn't do anything. Well, I did a lot of research for the gate, and I'm probably gonna have to do some things that I should have done already with the posts. But first thing I'm gonna do today on this Monday is finish the chicken wire as much as possible. So basically this needs to get unraveled here and then stapled to this post here, and then this needs to be cut off, and then I need to put chicken wire along the fence over there. Well, slight change of plan. It's like really cloudy out right now. It might rain, which means it's cool out here right now. So I'm trying to do like what might be the more difficult thing that I kind of would need to do today. And see, I kind of made a big mistake when I put in this post. And I should have known this, and I kind of knew it, but I didn't really think about it. That when you're gonna hang when you're gonna hang a gate on a post, you need to put it in concrete in the ground, or else it's just not gonna last. It's gonna start bending or leaning because the ground isn't gonna be hard enough over time to carry the weight of gravity pushing down on that gate. But I don't really feel like going and getting concrete, and I don't feel like digging up this whole post. So improvising with a concrete slab, and I'm thinking if I can just dig down on the outside of the post and then slide this concrete slab in along the outside of the post. It's going to create a larger surface area, of which when the post leans, it's going to press against this concrete slab with a larger surface area and press against the ground, and going to be more resistant to actually leaning. And then I want to put a board between the two posts in the ground, kind of bury it in the ground a little bit, which would create a fulcrum for where that post, if this is the board here, the post could lean like this along that fulcrum, but with this concrete slab down here at the bottom in the ground, it's going to give more resistance to prevent this post from leaning on the fulcrum. This is all theory, by the way. Well, it's not all theory. I mean, technically it will be more resistant to leaning with these things in place, but is it worth the effort of digging this hole to put the slab in? That's kind of what I'm testing right now, to see if it's even how much work it's going to be to dig this hole. So, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, the hole is pretty much dug. As you can see, or maybe not see very well, but that is 2 feet deep, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the post. I think I'm going to try to put both of these concrete slabs in there, like right next to each other, Maybe that would add even more support. See if I can make that happen. First I'm gonna use my trusty stick here, I don't really know what this is called, to kind of flatten out and compress the bottom of the hole so that the slabs have a nice place to lay down on at the bottom. Maybe that'll be better. Alright, it took a couple of tries and some digging of more dirt out. But I have this one down in there, snug against the post, which it needs to be. And that was the problem when I first put it in. It wasn't wanting to go right against the post, and then I had to dig a little bit around the corners of the hole so that it could fit down in there, right next to it. I mean, I think I can fit another one in there. Let's see. Gonna have to dig a little bit. Should be able to do it though. Okay, somehow this actually went much smoother than I expected. As you can see, the cinder block, the concrete, whatever these are, they're really pavers, I think. They appear to be pretty flush against each other, and then also flush against the post. So I'm gonna fill this in with dirt and try to get it down, compacted as much as possible with no air pockets or anything, and then I don't know. I mean, I think this might be pretty good. Hopefully it adds quite a bit of resistive force against the post being able to lean. All right, I just ate lunch and it's still cloudy, which is actually nice. It looks like it's gonna rain, but when it's cloudy out here, it's really not too bad. The hole is finished. Everything's covered up there. I cut off this chicken wire here. This excess chicken wire, I went ahead and cut it off, and now I'm gonna dig a hole between these two posts and then get a really good measurement of the distance, and then cut a 2x8 and put a 2x8 in the ground and screw the 2x8 to both of the posts as best as possible, and then fill that hole back up. And then we have a force that is pushing against this 2x4 so that it has a hard time leaning this direction. But even if it tries to lean that direction, it's going to push against that board, but also that board is going to act as a fulcrum for this post, which is why I put the two concrete slabs down on this side of the post, so that when that fulcrum wants to act and this board wants to go like this on this fulcrum, the bottom of the post will push against those concrete slabs, and hopefully that'll be enough to prevent it from being able to fulcrum against this board that I'm going to make here. I finished, well, mostly finished getting out the dirt of the hole, and then I measured the distance between this post and this post. And now I'm gonna go set up the stuff to cut this 2x8. Right, as you just saw, I just put 3 screws into each side of this beam here. 1 on top and then 2 like on the bottom down there and 1 on the other side on that one, and then 1 on top there and 2 on this side, 1 at the bottom-ish and then 1 in the middle-ish. I'm just trying to make sure that this board isn't easily going to pull away from these posts when the posts try to lean. That is the main goal here. Also, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this in the first place was because this is going to make it so that the rabbits can't dig under my fence. Otherwise I was just going to have to bury some chicken wire or something. So this makes it to where the rabbits can't really dig. They're not going to be able to dig deep enough, I think, because it's a certain type of rabbit here that doesn't really dig. They kind of find their burrow from some other animal that's dug them a burrow basically, and they steal it. And so they don't really dig super deep. So I'm hoping that this is going to keep them from being able to dig underneath the gate part. And the gate is going to be not completely flush with this, not sitting on it, but close. I'm gonna make it so that it's, you know, within like half an inch or an inch, so that the rabbits can't squeeze through between this board and the bottom of the gate. But all in all, it actually went pretty well. It wasn't too difficult. Same thing with me putting those concrete slabs in. I mean, this is all really an experiment, and I hope that it works. But if it does work, then it really wasn't too bad. I mean, obviously pouring concrete is probably just easier to do, but I needed this board here anyway, and I forgot to do the concrete, and I just didn't feel like going to do it, and I had the concrete slabs, so I just kind of improvised. The tree service that I contacted a couple weeks ago, who said they would bring me some wood chips, keeps not answering their phone. I figured they were on vacation last week, and maybe they just aren't working again today for like 4th of July weekend, I don't know. I'll call again tomorrow, and if they don't answer tomorrow, then I'm probably gonna start calling other tree services. It's just that one was like the most convenient because it's just right down the road pretty much. So I figure they do a lot of business in this area and would be able to easily bring me stuff, and he said he was totally able to do that when I called him the first time. So it started raining, so I came in and have just been resting, and now it's stopped raining. So I'm about to go back out and finish doing the chicken wire. Not going to show you that because I've shown you plenty of that and it's really boring. And then after that, I'll see if I'm able to start building the gate. I would like to get that done today. I would like to get everything done today in terms of the chicken wire and the gate. So hopefully I'm able to do that. Depends on how long it takes me to do this chicken wire. Okay, so I have finished all of the chicken wire. As you can see, my hair is soaking wet, and it's not just sweat, it's been raining, and it's still raining for quite some time, just like light sprinkling. So I just continued to work through it. I now have chicken wire complete on every side of the garden. It's over there, and now what I just did was on the back fence back here. So you can see it with the chain link fence all the way down to the ground and fold it over like I did on that wall and that wall over there. I'm so glad that that is done. The chicken wire is done. I'm really sick of working with chicken wire, even though I got much better at it after the first day. Tomorrow will officially be gate day, unless it rains really hard.